What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is G and today we're back with another banger video giving you guys the latest and greatest of PulseChain news and crypto news. And today it's gonna be a jam-packed episode that we're gonna be covering why it is very bullish in terms of the altcoin season have started. Why do I think so? When do I think it will peak? Are we gonna have two peaks? When are they gonna be? Is it going to be a super cycle? What are the chances? I'm going to be explaining all of that. What's the price predictions, the conservative price predictions for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and PulseChain? What am I bullish on in PulseChain and why? We're going to be doing a roundup summary about all of that and the above with latest crypto news as well. So if you are new to PulseChain, this is a perfect video for you. So thank you very much for the support, guys. This is what you're subscribed here for that key information asymmetry. What competitive edge information you have over the 99% of people who either don't know about PulseChain or ignoring PulseChain or don't want to go into PulseChain because they think the barrier for entry is too high. Those are the non-believers. Those are the retail investors who want to make a 3 to 4x in Ethereum, and then after that, they want to shop around. Okay, these are the prime people who, it shows you the flow chart. Everything starts with Bitcoin moving first, Ethereum moving second, which we're going to expect that very, very soon. Okay, because effectively the Bitcoin dominance, I would say we have already reached its peak, guys. Look at that. That's the falling knife that I've been talking about. I told you, once it's going to happen very fast, guys. From here till beginning of Q2, that could be the first peak. You might think that's a short amount of time with a lot of distance to cover in terms of the X, in terms of my predictions that I have for PulseChain. And this is what I'm telling you. All of a sudden, crypto can move very, 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 very fast. Okay, this is why I'm making these videos. I've been making them for a whole year, even when PulseChain was so full of FUD, when we had daily 24-hour volume of 4 million, as low as 4 million. It's crazy, guys. Here we are today. We've had a tease of FOMO. What is the outlook in the future of that? What makes an altcoin season? What are the metrics to look out for? I'm going to be covering all of that. So I really hope you guys appreciate this info. You've been supporting me. A big thank you to the YouTube members, man. You guys are, obviously, supporting me to carry on making these videos, committing time into that. This is basically a second full-time job, which, hey, I do enjoy this. This is my passion. So yeah, thank you very much for sticking around. At the same time, I do believe in the projects that I've been making videos on for consistently for a whole year, but at the same time, I've been enjoying it, sharing with you guys, being on the ride with me as well on this journey. I'm enjoying the journey. I'm not just fixated on the end goal. Being in PulseChain, it's been more than an investment. I've grown so much. I've learned a lot from the power of networking. People who are in my Telegram channel, thank you very much for joining. Soon I'm going to make it private. I keep saying that so that more people join in. But hey, one day I might actually make it private, okay? Because we have reached over 1,000 members. I want to keep it a close-knit community where real, genuine people, real conversations. That's what I like to see, because I read the whole convos, guys. I might not reply, but I'm reading everything. And if you tag me, I will reply to you. So if you have any questions, guys, that's the easiest way to reach out to me. Okay, and join the conversation. You know what I mean? You can ask other people. You can ask the rest of the community. You don't have to ask me directly. Yeah, I'm gonna move on to the. Well, before we start, actually, I wanted to show you why I think we are in the altcoin season that's starting. Number one, I mean, you look at the altcoin season index. We are back at the almost all-time high since that last mini altcoin season that we had at the beginning of the year, where Solana went super crazy, broke the triple digits, billions of volumes per day, absolutely crazy. So yeah, we're back there, guys. We are back there now. In terms of for the rest of the month, though, I think we might see a little bit of consolidation, because I do think because of Christmas and holidays in general, they're notorious for not a lot to be expected, because people are not going to be thinking about saving, investing and stuff. They're going to be thinking about, hey, I need to cash out, buy people gifts, spend some money. It's holidays. It is what it is. Okay. Same thing with Black Friday, same thing with, Thanksgiving as well. So don't have too much expectations for this month. So take this as a chance, because we have seen some pullback. We've seen healthy corrections that is bound to happen, where I'm going to be commenting on them as well. Moving on quickly as well, talking about where do I think Bitcoin, I've already told you guys that I think it has already peaked now. We've peaked Bitcoin dominance, and now it's falling like a falling knife. Look at this. I'm moving the arrow. Look at that. I think it's going to fall all the way down back to 40%, and I think that might be the bottom. So if we reach the 40%, yeah, that is a signal of, peak, peak altcoin season, okay? But more specifically, using the others crypto market cap. What is the others crypto market cap? Is basically everything outside of the top 10 CMC ranking, excluding stablecoins. And this is the chart that shows you everything you need to know. Now, I've done a little bit of pattern recognition. These are the 3 Bitcoin halvings, the previous ones. You can see that we've consistently, since the halving event till the first peak in the altcoin season, it's been consistent around 350 days between those 2 points. Look at this, 350 days as well between the first Bitcoin halving event to the first peak. Not the rally up, not the start of the rally up, because that's kind of a little bit arbitrary, but the first peak. And then the same here, I expect the first peak to happen 350 days after the Bitcoin halving day event, which is around basically beginning of Q2. So that's answer 1 number there. Okay. Now answer number 2, when is the second peak going to happen? And the second answer, the second question is the second peak going to be higher than the first? I don't know. Okay. But in terms of when do I think that will happen, the second peak, again, using pattern recognition, it's been an average of almost exactly, scarily exactly 210 days between the 2 peaks. So again, doing 210 days from that beginning of Q2 is obviously beginning of Q4. That's where I'd say this green box right here is that opportunity, guys. 2025 is going to be the year. Okay. Now this brings me to another topic. And again, don't worry, I'm going to be talking about PulseChain stuff in this video, but I really want you guys to understand what actually drives a crypto market, what drives the financial market. Okay, you might think that the Bitcoin halving is the driver, but I actually think it's by coincidence that the Bitcoin halving happens at the right time in every 4 years. So it's kind of a cyclical market where we have bull and bear, right? It's like a pendulum swing, and it happens every 4 years where it flips. One of the things that you look into is actually it's the global liquidity index that drives this, right? And the global liquidity index is basically the influx of money. Obviously compared to you get from for example, from this chart, it collates this from all the central banks and stuff like that. You can see here, if I scroll down, you can see in 2024, we expect greater liquidity support from central banks as more policymakers turn towards monetary policy easing, which I'm also going to show you guys a very powerful chart in a second. Okay, so you can see, again, it's like a cyclical, up and down, guys. I'm telling you, we are not breaking away from that cycle of the bull and bear market. So anyone who's telling you that, number 1, that's immediately false. Okay. And number 2, you can see that we're peaking towards that. And again, it peaks at almost around 2026. And when it peaks at around 2026, that's where it's going to be correction. That's where too many people have taken risks. Too many people have taken debts. So be careful. When you reach at that point, that's where you kind of need to have already sold. Have already taken your profits at least. My strategy is you DCA in, you DCA out. Okay, you don't want to exit fully. You don't want to exit at the same time. You don't want to not take some profits. Just be careful, be safe. Any profit is good profit. Be disciplined about it. Be aware of the euphoric state when everyone's going to be euphoric. Everyone's going to tell you, oh, we've reached 150K Bitcoin. The next stop, or let's say we reached 200K Bitcoin. Oh, the next stop is 400K Bitcoin in 2026. No. That is not how cycles work. We cannot reach 400K Bitcoin this cycle. We can only expect that in the next cycle, in 2028, in the next halving. Okay. So please do remember, guys, please do not fall for this. You might hear people saying super cycle. Are we in a super cycle? Maybe we could be. Reason being, because the previous super cycle we had was not in the previous bull run. It was actually into the 2017 bull run. And some people correlate this with the fact that in 2017 we had a Donald Trump winning the election. the Trump cycle, and obviously Trump right now is more bullish than ever in crypto, and he won the election. So are we going to have a super cycle this year? It's more likely than not. Okay, I'm going to be honest, but at the same time, I'm sticking to my strategy to play it safe. So there's that. So global liquidity cycle, guys, is very, very powerful. You can see we are increasing indeed. And by 2025, it is expected to peak. So that's stars aligning right there. The second graph that I wanted to show you in terms of the, what's it called? The policy rate cuts. This is a powerful chart as well because it shows you the rate cut that we had, the policy rate cuts, basically the easing, the fiscal policy easing, right? That we had in September 24, the FOMC meetings and stuff like that. We've had 26 cuts. The previous time we've had this much, or basically the previous all-time high, was actually in 2020, March 2020. That was basically the beginning of the bull run, guys. At the same time, yes, it was, in the middle of that COVID stuff, but it was still a bull run where it made a lot of money. That's basically where the whole meme coin stuff, the meme coin category was found, with the whole Dogecoin stuff. You know what I mean? With Elon tweeting about it, it basically birthed a new industry about meme coins. It's so crazy. So again, this is a really great indicator to be like, hold on, stars are aligning. The more fiscal policy easing, that means more people are willing to borrow more money. Interest rates are lower. You know what I mean? More people want to take more risks. There's going to be influx of money in terms of inflation, more money in circulation. This is all good. This is all good stuff. And actually, matter of fact, I'm going to bring another thing over here, which is called the Benner's cycle. I looked into this. This is a cycle that was made in 1872. Okay, that was put on a postcard, and then you can see that it had these kind of cycles. And it shows you here in 2023, we're going to be in that middle line in 2026. And what's that middle line? Here it tells you B, years of good times, high prices, and time to sell stocks and values of all kinds in 2026. Stars are aligning. But it goes even further than that. What are the numbers in that triangle? 369. What is 369? It's the chain ID for PulseChain. So for everyone who believes in numerology, there's that. I don't necessarily, I'm curious about numerology. I don't know what I think about it. And then a small little fun fact, apparently I am a universal path number 9. Again, I don't know what that means about myself. Put it down in the comments below, or you can let me know in that Telegram group chat. All I know is that Richard Hart is also a universal path number 9. Interesting. But at the same time, Joseph Stalin is a universal path number 9. So I don't know how I feel about that. But moving on, guys, in terms of crypto, or in terms of pulsing today, again, when you look at the daily stuff, it can be a little bit noisy. So of course it's going up and down, even though PHEX is actually going quite high up today. So we're going to cover that in a second. But before we jump into, again, PulseChain stuff, I just want to quickly talk about the XRP stuff, okay? Because a lot of people say, hey, hold on, it's bullish, I want to let you know about something. Okay, so this is XRP. They actually have token unlocks every single month, I believe worth 1 billion. Was it 1 billion? Roughly $1 to $2 billion every single month, if I am correct. You can see here, to put into context, between 2017 to 2023, Ripple averaged 170 million tokens sold per month. So apologies, not 100. I don't know how much 170 million is today, but anyways, 170 million tokens sold per month, but has averaged 275 million tokens sold per month in 2024. Guys, this is called value extraction. Okay, with their 2 largest unlocks ever this year. Ripple started with 55 billion tokens in escrow, and now down to 38.9, selling 16.1 billion in 7 years and 3.05 billion in the first 11 months of 2024. For those who don't know, 1 billion tokens unlock on every first of month. Oh, okay, so I was correct. 1 billion tokens unlock in every first of 1 month, and Ripple then decides how much money they want to sell it or put it back in the escrow. So the actual bearish news about this, which you need to be careful. Yet look at this piece of this is rumors again. This is allegedly. Yesterday, Ripple unlocked $2 billion worth of XRP. Some say that it's normal, that happens every month, and that's what we just read. But hold on. So why did they do it again today? So they've done 2 unlocks in a span of 48 hours. This time it's another 2 billion. That's 4 billion total XRP unlocked by Ripple in 48 hours. I told you it's a scam, pump and dump, get out. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is what I'm gonna steer away from that. And either way, it's already in centralized exchanges. It's not a cycle one narrative. Of course, I'm not gonna spend my time, energy, and effort into Ripple. You know what I mean? They can do the thing. You know, I'm not gonna hate, but just be careful. I'm just informing about what has been happening there. Just be careful, man. This is why I love being in PulseChain. Show me records of the OA bags selling a single penny on our heads. Yeah, you would fail that test even with Ethereum Foundation. They sold so many times. And yes, Vitalik might tell you, oh, I haven't personally sold anything. Yeah, but you have Ethereum Foundation. They're selling a lot on your heads. You know what I mean? That you're bullish on Ethereum. Yeah, they're going to sell on your head in the all-time highs. They're waiting for the all-time highs so they can sell on you. That's again called value extraction. This does not happen with Richard Hart products, with PulseChain. And people call Richard Hart a scammer. It's so crazy, man. It's the type of people that just read the headlines in articles. They don't actually read the article itself. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. Honestly, it is crazy. I'm telling you, it's rewarding to be this early in PulseChain. It will be rewarding, guys. When people are done with Solana, which Phantom has already supported Coinbase in their wallets, a huge influx immediately starts going towards BaseChain, which obviously is owned by Coinbase. I'm telling you, Solana's turn is going to end. It's going to be BaseChain soon. And then, of course, at some point, we're going to have PulseChain's turn, guys. Okay, let me tell you this. When they find out about the PDAI narrative, this is the true unicorn, as Tommy likes to say. It's the unicorn, guys. It's a cycle 1 unicorn. We have fresh narratives. Okay, so the rate of growth, we're basically in that infancy phase of the S cycle, guys. Is so crazy. And what does that mean? We've had 570 plus days of PulseChain being launched since May 13th. Okay, of 100% uptime, by the way. Okay, no lags, no RPC URLs going down like Solana, being buggy, not expensive gas fees like Ethereum. You know what I mean? We're solving scalability issues. We're solving decentralization issues. We have OA that's holding, basically, it's a secondary burn address. Life is good in PulseChain, guys. Life is good, honestly. But moving on. Here's another reason why it is super bullish being in PulseChain. Shout out to Gibson here. XRP has 112 validators. Solana has 1.3 or basically 1.4 validators. Cardano 3.2k validators. PulseChain 48,000 validators. We can basically confirm that right here in GoPulse. You can see the right here in top right validators, 48,000 from all around the world. This is the power of blockchain technology, number one, where you cannot pinpoint where the blockchain lives. And of course, this is true decentralization, guys. Okay, it's permissionless, it's trustless. There is no trust variable. Welcome to PulseChain, guys. We even have IPFS, Interplanetary File System, where it's a peer-to-peer network. Once you go to PulseX.com, you will see the link. And at the same time, show me another DEX or show me a blockchain that has implemented where you can download your own local host of a DEX so that you interact straight from the code to the blockchain with no middleman, you're not relying on a .com website that's centralized. Guys, show me another. Damn, man, like this is so crazy. This is so crazy, guys. You know, PulseChain is really like a movement. It stands for what it says. Okay, we're not just using these buzzwords, you know? It's crazy, man. It pays to be in here. It pays to be in here. And let me tell you, we've been launched for, over almost 2 years, basically. Not really, actually. Is it? Yeah, a year and a half. And something that I always tell people, it's better to be 3 years early in a project rather than 3 months late to it. Because 3 months from now, guys, 3 months from now, 3 months, I'm telling you, crypto can move fast real quick. Real quick. We've seen what happened. Okay, so moving on here. another piece of bullish news. But before we get to this, actually, and I apologize because I actually wanted to talk to you quickly about in my price prediction for Bitcoin, my price prediction for Ethereum, just quickly. Number one, this is Bitcoin using the Fibonacci retracement. Very useful tool. It's a natural, uses obviously the Fibonacci sequence, numbers, lays out the levels, and using again pattern recognition to see the previous, you can see the white horizontal vertical lines are the Bitcoin halvings. And then going kind of from the bottoms to the top, you can kind of see where did it reach. So for example, it touched the purple line, which is the 3.618 level. So we can kind of do the same thing here, again, from the bottom to the top. And then the purple line, the 618 level, is around 220k Bitcoin. So I do believe 200k Bitcoin is in the possibility, realm of possibility. But playing it conservative, we can go one level under that, which is a 2618 level, and that's 160k Bitcoin. So that's exactly my price prediction. Okay, between those two numbers, between 220 and between 160. So if the price of Bitcoin reaches between that range, you need, again, this is not financial advice, but you need to start DCAing out. Please understand this. This is one of your top signals. Okay, this is one of your top signals. Number two, now with Ethereum, doing the same strategy here, same tools. Okay, the less the better. I'm telling you, the less the better. Fibonacci retracement, you can see here, doing in the previous bull run, it reached the purple level again, and then we do it with this previous bull run, and then we can expect it with the purple level around 15,000 Ethereum price. And then obviously conservative level is around it's around 11,000. So basically 10k to 15k is the price range for the top. Okay, for the cycle top, this cycle top. Between that, I think obviously 7k Ethereum is a walk in the park. 10k is conservative. Again, once it reaches that, I'm starting to DCA out. I'm starting to take profits because that's when it gets kind of dangerous. Okay, it kind of gets dangerous. That's euphoric state. And you know what I mean? It's euphoric state. Be careful. Be aware of this. Have your list of top signals that you will abide by, the rules that you will always abide by no matter what, because you yourself will be into that euphoric state where, hold on, oh my God, it's a super cycle. We're always going to keep going up. No. Remember. Yes, we might be in a super cycle, but still play it safe. At least, take some profits at least, bro. We have one bull run every 4 years, man. Careful. You don't want to be waiting a whole 3.5 years in regret. You know what I mean? Come on, guys. Okay, I've heard a lot of people say this. I didn't make the most about the previous from the previous bull run, but I think I'm still quite happy. But just be careful, guys. Okay, so that's my Ethereum and Bitcoin predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this is at least usefulness. And the reason why I talk about Ethereum is, of course, because I want Ethereum to do well. I want the ETH-BTC ratio, which is recovering slowly. Right now, yes, nice little, I guess if we put it, yeah, it's a nice little, you can imagine a hammer candlestick. So, bounce back basically. I'm hoping for it to reach a 0.1 ETH-BTC, because basically that means if Bitcoin goes to 150k, we can expect $15,000 price tag. But again, that's very, very aspirational. I'd say more around 11k, like I showed you guys, that conservative level. Because with every bull run, it's Ethereum's third cycle, we can expect diminishing returns from the rate of growth, because it's already it's already mainstream. So it's that saturation effect, right? So yeah, anyways, moving on to, first of all, a quick reminder about the sacrifice funds. How are they today? 171,000 Ethereum, 620 million in the sacrifice funds. That is the true leverage of Ethereum. This is why PulseChain is both an indirect leverage of Ethereum and an actual direct leverage of Ethereum, because Richard Hart, he's longing Ethereum. We have money in Ethereum. It's actually really crazy. But yeah, moving on to other tweets here really quickly. I wanted to talk about PDAI, why it is very, very bullish. Shout out to 9 Iron Capital, where he talks about this new kind of model here, where obviously the OA bags is only the first step, okay, with the whole proposal, which big shout out to that, because I think 283 people voted for it. I also voted for it. I showed you guys how to do it as well. And you can see one of the final people, one of the recent people that where was that? I think there was basically a news where one of the wallets, they voted yes. It was suspected to be a Richard Hart wallet, but again, obviously it's just speculation, really, where he was holding around 555.6, I think, P maker to vote. But yeah, anyways, and then that's just a little bit of news there. But the proposal is going really well. The deadline is basically in 2 days, and then after we reach the 2 days, which is 6th of December, Richard Hart will have unlimited time to vote yes, no, or abstain, basically approving or not approving the changes, which is of course to add the PulseX, Pulse and Hex as collateral. You can see here in the poll detail, you can scroll down and see this, right? With the parameters and initial settings, stability fee, liquidation ratio, 110 collateralization ratio, proposed debt ceiling, etc. So pretty cool stuff. I suggest reading this, and big shout out to the people who wrote it: Decentralized Me, 9 Iron Capital, Conan Stein, Freedom 777. Shout out to all of them, man. This is crazy stuff. Yeah. Basically, 9 Iron Capital gives us the latest updates here. I don't want to read it fully. But yeah, he basically talks about above is what I believe Richard Hart is building. You have 3 lines of defense. The OA bags collateralize PDAI as we have always thought, and it's what drives the inevitable peg to $1. None of this changes the path to pegging, or pegging, I think, is instead of. Anyways, it is all related to how we stay pegged. And then he talks a little about here and there, but the 2 most bullish things that I've read here. Okay, PDAI holders will be able to make PDAI in the PRVN, PComp, and PCRV pools as they can on Ethereum. These pools will pay yields using the P balancer ARB's profits via PUSDC, and maybe PUSDT one day. This PUSDC can then be converted back into PDAI for holders to restake, so kind of like a compounding effect. Genius. Post PDAI's peg, PMaker could have 28 billion of PUSDC in its, I believe this is it the pegging stability? Oh, I forgot. The pegging stability module, I think. Up to 23 billion in PDAI and 36 billion in PUSDC could be staked in PRV, PComp, and PCRV, and Richard Hart would have 28 billion of the OA bags as collateral. Also, PDAI could have up to 115 billion back in it. It's peg. It's incredible. So very cool stuff. You can as well. It seems like you can stake your PDAI at some point in those 3 pools, and then it will earn you in PUSDC or PUSDT one day, and then obviously you can turn that PUSDC into PDAI, I believe, using the PSM module, because basically I think the PSM module allows for those tokens to be swapped with 0 slippage. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't like fluctuate the chart at all. So this is all cool stuff, man. Like all in all, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it is starting to get a little bit more complicated for me as well. Like I'm a little bit behind in terms of like catching up with all of this. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but hey, it's bullish. I love this. I need to know just enough to be bullish about it, to know it's legit, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's not even a matter of how we're gonna get there, because I obviously trust Richard Hart. It's for the majority of people who are doubting this, it's only because they do not believe that Richard Hart is even behind this. It's not because of, oh, hold on, I don't think this model works. It's literally the fact that they just don't believe it's Richard Hart. And it's mind-boggling to me, because how can you think so? Because number one, Richard Hart would have easily came out and spoke against what everyone's speculating about. We've seen him like tweet 4 or 5 times hinting about PDAI, the token that did 5,000x. What other token in PulseChain that did 5,000x? We've seen him talking about forking DAI. He mentioned that in live streams. He literally mentioned that in live streams, and he talked about pWBTC. He talked about pWBTC. Guys, if you talk about pWBTC, you're telling me he's not also part of the PDAI plan where pWBTC, look at this. In here, it can also go towards being part of the collateralization. This is why I also believe in pWBTC. It's going to be within ratio of PDAI, which, by the way, we can literally check that right now. I mean, or we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, pWBTC is doing absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful 54x away from Bitcoin's price, right? We take the same thing with PDAI. Look at that. It's 46x away. So they're basically almost synced up, guys. We have our virtual stablecoin in the making, our virtual Bitcoin, real Bitcoin in the making, or Richard Heart's Bitcoin. I'm at the point where I almost want to add PDAI and pWBTC to the Richard Heart core tokens, in my opinion. Okay? That's just me. Okay? It is highly speculative, but you know what? It has to stay that way. Because if Richard Heart all of a sudden tweets and says, hey, I support PDAI, or, oh, I'm going to get PDAI to $1. No. He's not going to do that. He is not stupid, guys. It is way too early for him to mention that. Okay? Because we're barely at a few cents. If he mentions that now, we're still going to have the same amount of whales that we want to get shaken out. Okay? So I'm telling you, he probably wants us to keep, the price action and get us to 10 cents where we're just 10x away, get us to 50 cents where we're 2x away, maybe even to 70, 80, 90 cents. Naturally get there naturally from price appreciation, from the market, valuing it for what it is. Because I think right now, obviously, fair value is I probably think the fair value of this is definitely, we need to be in 10 cents easy. But of course, right now we're shaking the people out who were not meant to, who are not destined to make it. People who are for some reason, either rotating elsewhere or just not believing in it. When they read a few FUD tweets on Twitter and they're affected by that, and then now they're selling. Come on, bro. Really? You don't think Richard Heart is behind this whole time, bro? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. pWBTC was in the PulseX farms. pWBTC was in the PulseX farms. Look at this. Go to finished. It's right there. pWBTC, EWBTC. He talked about this. I can imagine him adding PDAI and EDAI, turning it on so you can make APRs from that. It will attract a lot of people from Ethereum to come over because they're going to have the wrapped Bitcoin that they're holding in Ethereum that's earning them zero yield. Their DAI that they're holding that's earning zero yield. We're going to incentivize them to come to PulseChain, to PulseX, and yield, to provide liquidity to make yield like 20, 30, 40%, 50% APR. That's going to be crazy, guys. It's going to be crazy. It's going to also push the stability of those two tokens. Hart's Law. It is super exciting stuff, really. It really is super exciting stuff. And then here, I just want to talk about this as well. This will make you laugh, blah, blah, blah. People just making fun of a guy who effectively sold his hex to turn it into PDAI. And then, yes, he did do this. He did rotate this at the top of PDAI, which was around, 3 cents, right? But look how much he has. I mean, if you add it up, this is over 2 million, guys. This is over, actually almost 3 million. Actually, I was gonna say, it's almost 3 million. Like people making fun of him. Oh, look, he's down now. He's down 50 or some percentage. He just bought the top. You need to understand. This is unrealized loss. It's until he sells it back to anything else, that's where he realizes the loss. But let me tell you, if he held this amount to $1, he's making damn near $3 million. So who's really laughing here? Who's really laughing? At the same time, guys, I'm very bullish on PHEX, don't get me wrong. But holy, pardon my swearing, but holy shit, man. Let the guy do what he wants. Crypto's a solo sport. Why you gotta make a tweet about it? You ran out of things to tweet, bro? Come on, bro. He didn't sell the PDAI, so it's unrealized loss. It goes to $1. Trust me, bro. He's laughing hard. He's laughing hard, bro. Don't hate. Moving on, man. Keep doing your thing. Honestly, keep doing your thing, bro. Anyways, the other thing that I wanted to talk about here is the PulseChain testnet. This is before PulseChain launched. Okay, this is the prices that happened that I reached in the testnet. Now, to be fair, I actually didn't know what kind of environmental conditions that were there that led to this. But you know, P-Hex reached $8.55, INC reached 13K, Pulse reached 10 cents, PulseX reached 2 cents. That's FUD. If Pulse reached 10 cents, you tell me PulseX is not going to reach 10 cents as well. That's FUD. Because let me tell you, PulseX is actually doing really crazy. It's almost at 1-to-1 Pulse to PulseX ratio. Scary stuff, guys. Okay. Moving on as well. You had because basically I've had a big shout out, by the way, to St. Wolf. I basically appeared in his live stream yesterday. We spoke about him and Pedro. Big shout out to Pedro, man. It was nice to meet them both. We spoke about INC. Is more a focus stream on INC and why it is bullish. And one of the things that people were still speculating to this day is, you know, the fact that it has its halvings. And I've been mentioning in all my previous videos that INC has a halving effect every year where it cuts down the rate of inflation, not the supply, the rate of inflation cuts it down by half. So I was wrong on that, where actually it cuts down the rate of inflation every single day, and it adds up to 50% by the end of the year. And I found this website. A big shout out to the person behind this, the website. Okay, INC supply is 5 million, and it's currently inflating 1.77% per day, and 645% annualized. This inflation rate will trend down as long as the master chief contract owner does not increase the inflation with the set INC per second function. Track this using the website incsupply.anvil.app, and you can see, by the way, just to show you that this is proof, because obviously this website grabs it from the blockchain information. You can see here the current daily inflation is 1.77, and then here current annualized inflation rate is 645, right? Now we look at the website today, and you can see the current daily inflation is 0.18%. Huge drop from where we were. And the current analyze is at 67%. Guys, I'm telling you, INC supply will at some point plateau. INC at some point will become, you know, again, more, not scarcer, but it'll plateau. The same model as Bitcoin, but in a more aggressive way. Effectively, yearly halvings. This is why I'm super bullish about INC. This is why I call it the liquid gold. It's like melted gold. It's gold, but it's melted, right? So it's hotter. It's like it's moving faster. It's vibrating more. That's why I'm saying it's an aggressive model of Bitcoin. And one of the best ways is to earn INC. Okay, become a self-employed farmer in the farms, PulseX farms, where you can effectively make up to 75% APR. Guys, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Look, if you stake it for 1 year, you put in 5K, you're going to make that 5K back. So imagine, like, now someone's at whale status, which is very possible in 2025, and now all of a sudden he puts in 100K. He has basically signed up for unlimited 100K per year. Now, of course, the APRs can change, and based on the TVL, based on the emission rate per farm, based on the inflation rate as well. So these numbers can fluctuate, okay? And I'm not sure if it's based on INC's price. I think it doesn't matter which INC price it is. I believe so. But I'm telling you, one of the best things you can do is earn PulseX. One of the best farms. I believe I trust these farms more than any farms in anywhere else in crypto, guys. Okay, this is where I would park large amounts of money. And of course, a big shout out to the stable swap. This is where if you want to play it super safe, you can be making 16% APR with just stable coins, guys. Zero impermanent loss. 16% APR. Like, wow. Imagine someone who made $1 million in PulseChain, makes $1 million, and then now wants to play it super safe, right? So if I quickly go back to the pools, actually, where's the calculator? Unfortunately, there's no calculator. 16% APR. Too bad. But anyways, you can imagine if you put in $1 million, I believe you'd be making around 160K. Guys, 160K. Hold on, I'm hearing people outside. What? 160K per year from that. That's powerful. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Yes, it's not like you're making $1 million back, but that's passive income. This is unlocked staking as well. So you can leave at any time. At any time, you can leave. It's a really good way to park up your money, better than putting that, I don't know, in your bank, earning, I don't know, barely a couple percentages per year, where the bank uses your money for doing risky stuff, but you barely get any cut of that. They're keeping like most of the cut. Guys, they're lending against you as well. But that's a whole nother story, how the bank works. But yeah, generally in terms of the richer hardcore tokens is looking very, very bullish. You can see here WPLS in terms of, my price predictions. I like to keep it kind of conservative, but my aspirational would definitely be around that 1 cent mark for Pulse. And then I guess conservative would be around half a cent. Okay, half a cent, which is around right here. From where we are today, it would be around a 62x. That's kind of my conservative, but again, aspirational would be, or aspiration, but I think it's also realistic, would be around the 1 cent mark, especially the fact that we have sacrificed funds. And then the same thing I'd say with PulseX, okay? But I feel like the PulseX, it will reach a 2-to-1 ratio with Pulse. I think one PulseX could give you 2 pulses in the future. So it's a 2x leverage of Pulse. This is why I'm holding a lot of PulseX. The fact that it is super deflationary. Look at this. How much percentage that we've burnt so far? 60 million worth of PulseX in the past 571 days. 5.56% burnt, guys. Okay, so when you look at PulseX, guys, don't look at the chart in the USD. Look at the chart in terms of a WPLS chart, and it tells you everything you need to know. Look at that beautiful straight line. It's gonna keep keep growing like that, almost unlimited. Obviously, I guess at some point it might plateau and stuff, or be more volatile. But I'm telling you, this is the power of the buy and burn, guys. This is what Uniswap could have been, but they haven't. Uniswap's not deflationary. We forked Uniswap, and we made a better Uniswap token as well. Welcome to PulseChain, guys. Do not underestimate the power of, deflationary. How PulseX, every single trade makes it more scarce, regardless of whether people buy or sell PulseX token itself. The trades automatically does a buy and burn. Super bullish stuff. INC here, the liquid gold, super bullish on this as well. Okay. I think again we're gonna break an all-time high. We're gonna break triple digits. I'm very optimistic about that. Again, this is not financial advice, but my conservative / realistic / hopeful is a 300. Right, obviously $100 would be a nice milestone. $300 would be an amazing milestone. I've seen people talk about quadruple digits. That would be absolutely crazy. So imagine the position that you have in the PulseX farms, and you're holding the INC that you're receiving from there for a day where we have triple digit INC. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Okay. Yeah, and then Hex, you have eHex here. eHex is doing a really, really nice bounce back. Okay. I believe in eHex. Look at this. We are at a 1-to-5 ratio, PHEX to EHEX ratio. I think at some point it will be 1-to-1. I believe, guys. I really do believe. And this is PHEX. PHEX looking very, very strong. Reminds me of a perfect example of the wick-off accumulation trend here. You can see that you got the support lines and the resistance lines. We've basically, if you go back and forth, we've basically just broken out of that resistance line. The more times you test the resistance line, the weaker it becomes, and then hopefully we turn that into a support layer. So that's kind of what we've been doing. I'm super excited for PHEX. I think it basically is going to repeat the early days of eHex, right? Where it reached like 1 cent here, it did a correction, and then it literally had a crazy run up all the way to 51 cents, guys. 51 cents. And a fun fact about PHEX is actually number 14 in all crypto coin market. All crypto coin rankings at 14 billion market cap. Now there's a reason why it's not showing in the coin market cap, because again, I think they're on purpose, they're kind of de-ranking PulseChain products, which is not cool at all. And I think there is an ongoing lawsuit. You guys can check it out. But yeah, it's actually number 14, guys. Very, very bullish stuff about PulseChain in general. PHEX PulseX, INC, liquid gold, Pulse, of course, the main spear. I think this is going to do great. 1 cent, hopefully at some point, or even half a cent. I'll be very happy with that. It is so crazy. I mean, looking at the daily volume as well. Look at this, 70 million, really great. Looking at the stats. Where was that website? I think it was it this one? No, I'm not sure where it was. But you know, just generally looking at the data. Oh, too bad I don't have the website. Oh no, it's this one. Yeah. Apex.win.chain. If you scroll down as well, you can see that the daily active wallets, again, we've grown from, you know, around 9K to almost doubling it now. So think about Metcalfe's law. Doubling the user base of a network effectively quadruples the value of that. So imagine when we do the next double, we're going to do another 4x, you know what I mean? Or another square, basically, of the prices. And the next double, you know, keep an eye on that, guys. Metcalfe's law. Daily transactions going up. Daily transaction volumes going up. That actually even Pulse, the native coin itself, is deflating at a very small rate, but it is now deflating. Dude, look at this. The last time we were deflating was basically at the beginning days of PulseChain. And then obviously this whole period we were actually inflating slowly, very small rate. So really good stuff, guys. We're deflating even though we're paying the validators, the 48,000 validators. So this is really good. This is really healthy. And then, yeah, a bunch of other stats here. I really like this website as well. Big shout out. Like, all these stats are really good. And as well, also this one, look into maxi.com. It just shows you how the price performance from the local bottom, you know, it'd be a 5x, PX is a 6x. I think this number is gonna grow so much. You're gonna see, guys. You're really gonna see. And then here, from here, for PDAI to $1, 46x. For pWBTC to go to, you know, the current price of Bitcoin is a 57x. So again, they're very linked up. They're moving up and down within ratio together. And then here you have the P staked ETH, liquid staked ETH. Now I'm holding the wrapped P liquid staked ETH. We'll see how it goes. And obviously this one's extremely speculative. So be careful, obviously, right? It's not the next PDAI. You know, it's just trying to get that top 3 in the number 3 spot, which is fair enough. Like, it's good to have a number 3 spot as well. But yeah, guys, listen, I also wanted to talk about real quick before I end the video there, because I am getting kind of sleepy right now, is, you know, I've seen people talk about, oh, PDAI is dumping, pWBTC is dumping, oh my God, you know, one whale was able to move the price and stuff. I just want to remind everyone, we're still way up, even though we're seeing that small correction. I've been making videos about PDAI and pWBTC for over a year now, that actually everyone who's been watching me from the start is up 150x to the all-time high on PDAI from the start, guys. Okay, up 150x, because I mentioned this in the previous Christmas. I told people, hey, you know, people right now not thinking about investing. This is when you should be greedy and buying the dips, because even tokens like Atropa was almost like at 3 million market cap. Atropa teddy bear, and then PDAI was like at, I don't know if I remember, under 10 million market cap. It was very like a lot of FUD was going on there. Like, people were shaking, man. There's a lot of FUD in the air, and I was saying people like, hold on, yo, this is a golden opportunity. Accumulate. Been saying the same thing with pWBTC. pWBTC, from when I called it, is around, you know, started making videos. We're up now 57x. Beautiful. And you can see how this is how charts move. They do a correction and they have a big leg up. Correction, big leg up. Okay. And each process, we're actually rinsing the whales out. We're spreading the distribution. Okay. And now the selling power is reduced overall. The average selling power is reduced overall. And this is what Richard Hart most likely wants with PDAI. He wants us to get it naturally to 50 cents, to 75 cents, to 90 cents. And then all of a sudden, click of a button. We've seen it happen in the PSDC with DAI, how all of a sudden it fixed from a 0.5 to 1 ratio with PSDC and PDAI. All of a sudden, that it's 1-to-1 pegged in just a few minute candles. This could happen with PDAI, obviously overnight. Of course, Richard is not choosing to do that. But yeah, guys, listen, I'm a little bit sleepy. I'm gonna end the video there. Do remember, hey, hold on, is this real? You know, numerology 369. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you much for watching this video, understanding what even drives a bull and a bear market. What are my price predictions for PulseChain? Again, obviously with the DAI, I think it's going to peg, hopefully. Not financial advice, of course. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think it's going to peg. And then same thing with pWBTC. I think it's going to reach real price of pWBTC sometime in 2025. I'm super bullish on that. Okay. These are the tokens that I would hold till the next bull run, actually. PDAI, pWBTC, and PulseX. Those are the three that I would actually hold to the next bull run. Okay. And just earn passive yield on them. So, you know what I mean? Anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys enjoy it. You can check out my course link in the description if you want to support me. You can become a YouTube member. You can have a donation address link in the description. Join my Telegram, be part of the conversation. Let me know what you think. Comment down below to boost this video in the YouTube algorithms. Get this video out to people who don't know about PulseChain. Share this video with your crypto bros. Have a good night, morning, good afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Take care.